Legend of Total War here, and this is a review for Total War Battles Kingdoms. Okay, so I've been playing this game now a few hours. As you can see, I've got a bit of a kingdom going. I only just logged in. See, so I can show you all the features that I've unlocked so far. Okay, so at first I thought, this game's going to be shit, but I'm going to go on here and just have a look, because it was free to play. And I was just going to be completely honest about my experience with this game, as I always try to be with you guys. Now, it's got mixed reviews online, but the funny thing is, I was actually genuinely impressed by this. Now, the thing is, as a game itself, it's good. As a Total War, it's just not a Total War, okay? Just discount it, it's not Total War. It shouldn't be even associated with Total War. There's nothing about this that's even close to Total War, okay? You don't raise a big army and go out and conquer new nations. This is a Facebook pay-to-win game. But as a Facebook pay-to-win game, it's not on Facebook, but you know what I mean. It's quite good, especially since it's just in beta, and I really only see maybe a couple of minor bugs that aren't really that big of a deal anyway. So, it's probably not what you guys want to hear, but I've enjoyed it. I haven't paid a cent, and you don't have to pay a cent. Basically, I think they make the money from those. Well, I'll show you where they make the money from this buying gold. So it's definitely a pay to win game. So that's a crap load of gold for $99. But to be honest, who would pay $99 to play a game like this? I don't know. Some people do, and I guess that's why Creative Assembly wants to jump in on the bandwagon. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. If that funds a better Total War next time, I say make as many of these as you want, as long as the Total Wars keep coming in a good amount of quality. So I'm just going to go through all the features of the game as well. Basically, you build a town. You start off with one. You build the citizens. These are the citizen buildings here. These are houses. Okay, you collect workers from the houses. These are all peasants. I didn't get any craftsmen. They come in two different types. Just depends on luck on on what the craftsman chance is, and that's how long you get before you get one. And you use those craftsmen to work in buildings. So this is a blacksmith, which makes money, and you can also craft stuff, which I don't have enough stuff to craft, because obviously I haven't been playing this that long. It's only just really come out on Steam for me. And they work for a certain amount of time, and then they retire, and then you replace them. Pretty simple. If you want to speed up the gold process, you use gold. Obviously, if you don't want to pay, you just don't do that. And this is a game that you don't sit there and play like a Total War game. You get on here, you play for about 20 minutes, and then you get off. That's what a pay-to-win game is like for somebody who doesn't want to pay. And the thing is, in that respect, this is good. I've played a few pay-to-win games before. Some of them are shite. This is alright. So, you know, go around collecting your stuff up. Here's a tavern. It doesn't have enough workers. Add a craftsman. Okay, what the craftsman does is that for each... hang on. This is one of the bugs I'm talking... Well, it's not really a bug, just a connectivity issue. For each craftsman that you've got inside of a building, it speeds up this time by 10%. Okay, you can turn 10 peasants into one craftsman. I don't know how exactly that works. Seems a bit silly, but to be honest, I don't really care. Okay, stone quarries. Game might think that's a lot of stone, but basically you can create unlimited stone. All you have to do to get stone, to get rocks, I gotta clear one of these things first. Okay, so this ground was originally raised. Okay, let's just pretend like I just got here. Okay, also there's a lot of terraforming stuff. The terraforming stuff in this is really good. I really like it. Okay, so let's just pretend the round is graved. You use excavate. Okay, in about 10 minutes, that'll be dropped, and there's a 50% chance we'll see rocks. That's all there is to it. Basically, this is only a level 1 mine. It'll take it an hour to produce, an hour and a half to produce 20 stone. If it's at level 2, which this one is, it'll take an hour and a half to produce 20 stone, to produce 2 lots of 30 stone. I think it's just me being in Australia, sometimes because it's obviously a game over the internet, it doesn't quite connect. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's a problem at my end, not the game's. Anyway, so there's obviously 4 different types of resources if you forget about gold. There's silver, food, stone, wood. Okay, so over here we've got food. Okay, so we've got a farm. Doesn't quite remember. Anyway, so all of these yellow patches over here are wheat. This farm will produce seeds, or sow the seeds in these areas now, and it'll take, you know, it's like what people said, it'll take hours for it to grow. But like I said, you come here, you harvest your wheat, and then you piss off. Okay, and you don't sit there and wait there for 8 hours. Okay, see, I've got a lot of food. Food's not a problem. So you just come in here and harvest. Okay, now that'll be worth 20 food in 20 minutes, or you can use harvest all, which will take 8 hours to get them all, and you just come back later, because I'm probably not going to be playing this all day. I'll just harvest all 4 of them. They're not worth quite as much, but the thing is, it just grows back anyway. The closer it is to water, which is why I've terraformed some water around it, the faster the wheat grows. You can see here, distance to water, the growth time is 22 hours. Over here, it's 5 hours. Okay. Okay, you can find fish. Okay, I just exhausted that lot. Get a harbour. Get some fish. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Wood. Okay. You get the wood chipper or whatever it is. 2 different types of wood. There's oak or pine. Oak's worth more than pine. But oak takes longer to grow. Ah, come on. Okay. You cut it down. Once you've cut it down after it takes, what, 20 minutes or whatever, it's gone. But it can come back. Firstly, what happens, so you get these stumps, and then it takes like a day or whatever to turn into dirt, and then it turns into grass, and then if it's next to some trees, see this tree here is growing, they grow back, depending on how far away they are from water. If it's very far away, like there's some over here I think, it's like, that takes 8 days to grow. But the thing is, there's so much wood that, unless you get rid of all of it, you're really not going to have any trouble finding wood. As you can see, it's something that I've got heaps of. Okay, so in addition to that, troops. Okay, so obviously this wouldn't be called battles if this was just it. Okay, so basically you purchase barracks, and a barracks allows you to have one type of unit, or, you know, depending, you get an archery range, it gives you a type of unit. And it's just that unit there. So if we have a look here, these are my units. You start off with, so, hang on, let me just clear this off. Come on. Getting a bit of slow connectivity. Come on. It's actually pretty bad. It's not, I don't think it's a problem at their end, it's my end. Just because my internet recently was just crapping up on me. Anyway, so you start off with levy units. You can't disband these. These are the units that you get basically without having to hire a building, but they're obviously not that great. And then these are the ones with the buildings. So each one of these guys has a building, and they're all ranked 1 at the moment because obviously I haven't been playing that much. And let's just say you set them up in certain orders. Like swordsmen are good against spears and archers. Spearmen are good against cavalry. Cavalry are good against swords and archers. Basically exactly what you would expect. Put the ballistas at the rear. Archers good against spearmen because, well, they can shoot them, and they're good against units without shields, essentially. And so you set up your army, and let's just set something up, and we get into a battle. Okay, so now we'll have a look at what battles are available. So these battles, there's always 3 available, and they're sort of randomly generated, and the amount of rewards you get based on basically what the chances of success are. If your chances are basically really high, they'll give you nothing. If the chances seem about even, you'll get a little bit of resources. If it seems hard, they'll give you a bit of resources. It's also determined on how many units you've got in. The more units you bring in, the more money you make. But of course, if you bring too many, you'll get nothing. Okay, so if we have a look at this, let's just see what might be an easy target. Okay, let's go for this. So we've got spears here, and I wouldn't say sword, but melee without a shield here. So then we go here, and let's reorganize this. So we want cavalry. probably in the middle. Light cavalry have high attack, low defense. Maybe I should put medium cavalry in the back there. Okay, then we've got... Wait, was it? Hang on, was it cavalry on the sides there? No, it was spearmen. So we get our swords. So we get our... Where is he? Get our knight over there. Swordman over here. And over there. We're not going to need any spears in this. Get the javelins over here. And let's put Longbow Archers over here. And Hunters over here. These are rank 2. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so it's ranked as normal. Well, let's try and actually lower the odds in our favor. As in, lower the... You don't know what I mean. So, actually don't bring quite as many units. And then suddenly, it's ranked challenging, just because I didn't bring one lot of archers. And we get better rewards from it. Okay, now at the start of a battle you get a choice between these things. You don't have to purchase them. They're little bits of extra bonus, but they cost gold. So most people will probably just give that a miss based on a battle that's really not important. Okay, as you can hear there's... Okay, they're switching stuff around. You want to make sure you keep an eye on that, because if they switch stuff around, you know, you don't want your horsemen fighting up spears. They march up against each other, get the archers. Let's shoot... Switch that around again. Make sure we switch before we charge. Very soon they'll charge. Okay, artillery's ready. Choose where you want to shoot. Try and hit them. And you charge, but just by clicking on them, and based on the timing, you get a rank. Okay, now everyone's got a certain abilities, so we should try to use them. Okay, yep. So get a bunch of special abilities. What's this here? My light cavalry are going to get destroyed by the Viking Axemen simply because the Viking Axemen are just better units. It's got nothing to do with anything else. Them over there. These things here can help restore your estate. So there's not really any major sort of tactics going on, but... You know, there's a bit there. Okay, once they've defeated the unit on the front line, the next one comes up. These guys here are a bit screwed, they're not going to last too long. You can also taunt a unit to come over to you. Nothing there. And then they'll come across from one flank. Oh, my archers are gone. Alright, so... What are we doing? Looks like we've won this. These guys here are getting a bit wrecked, but that's fine. There we go, so that charge bowled all those archers over straight away. My cavalry got wiped out by these Viking archers. They're rank 2, so my rank 1 soldiers, which I haven't really kept up with rank, because it costs a lot of resources to do it. Not quite there yet. Okay, just try and keep these guys. Come on. Alright then. Now they can use it. No, it's all over. Oh, those were javelin men. I didn't have them shoot. Doesn't matter. It's the first time I was using them in that battle. I thought they were spearmen. And then you get some experience, and also each one of these units get experience. Experience ranks up your lord. Okay, now, if your unit gets to a certain point, like, if it gets completely wiped out like these units did, it takes about 16 minutes for them to heal completely. So these 3 units here got completely wiped out. This one here didn't get wiped out. It got probably down to half men, and then it got wounded. So the restore time is not quite as long. Now, of course, you can use gold to heal it, or you can just wait. Okay, so those guys there, we can't use them for now, and then you just switch in something else. Okay, there's different types of battles. There's these kind of battles. There's Battle Quest. You get gold for finishing these. And then there's jewels, which you can't search for unless you've got a full strength thing. I fought like 1 or 2 duels. It's against an actual player's army, except of course AI controlled. And if you win, you get a few resources or whatever. Okay, so what else is there? So there's a lot of different types of builds, like there's cows or whatever. You get the cows and what are they doing in the goddamn wheat? Actually, I don't care, to be honest. So cows, once they grow, you skin them, and it gives you crafting materials, which, if you saw over here, you can use to build to get stuff. Okay, these are units that cost gold to unlock, or we craft them. So I can't actually recruit macemen right now because I can either pay like 150 gold or go through the steps. So basically, gold is there to push through the game a bit faster. So I just ignore it. Okay, shearing sheep. Once they grow wool, I probably shouldn't do that because winter's right around the corner. Shearing sheep. Well, what you can do is shear it and then butcher them. So this gives me 1 lot of crafting. Oh, hang on, I ranked this up to level 2. Oh, so that gives 2 now. Okay, cool. And I'll shear them as well. Cool. So that gives crafting material, and once you're done with them, you can butcher them. And then they cost like 10 silver to purchase a new one. Same with the cattle, except you don't get food from them. Okay. Chance of getting gold from a lot of things. That's annoying, but it's just my connectivity. So, for example, if I click it and it doesn't actually manage to send the information, okay, leveled up, it comes back. Okay, so each level up you get something, from gold to masters, and new unlocks and everything like that. I'm ranked 33, but it seems to be quite fast to get it ranked up. So if I go to the masters or whatever, I've already, once a master is unlocked, you have to fulfill their demands, and then they become available, and they give you permanent bonuses. So this guy here, I had to get like 50 rocks, which is why you can see here I've got rocks everywhere to fulfill that. So, okay, so this is finished here. You also get landfill. I'm not going to go through everything, but rocks showed up. So that's 1,270 stone. That's heaps. Okay, it didn't really cost me anything to get it. What was I up to? Okay, so I was looking through this. So I've got a surveyor. I finished his mission, and he allowed me to recruit 1 more quarry. So there are limits to the amount of buildings you can purchase. So if you have a look at this, town buildings 18, you have to rank up the castle in order to build more stuff. So of course there's limitations. Now this river stuff is really important. So rivers start up on the high ground from here, and they flow down to lower ground. So to about this point here, I started terraforming this because this river was going down here and all the way over here as well. Now here I've tried. It was just a bigger river, so we only really needed the water to grow the wheat around here. So you build dams. So what dams do? I'll just show. Let's see. Where should I build a dam? It's not going to affect me too badly. Okay, let's just say if I built a dam here. Alright, so let's do that. Probably the effects aren't going to be immediate, but if you block off the water from coming down here, eventually this will dry up. Okay, it's not going to be immediate. It takes a bit of time before this dries up. Also, because this is a major source of water, this dam won't be able to hold all of that water. You kind of need like heaps of reinforcement for that, but that will eventually be destroyed. Also, if you build a dam underneath a waterfall, it will get flooded straight away. Just about. Oh, okay. Well, that's because the water flow is not happening. Right, so once I got rid of... This now takes 5 minutes to demolish, and then the water flow will go over it, and... I should have done that first, actually. Doesn't matter. No big deal. Okay, I'll sort all that out later. So it's autumn at the moment. Occasionally you'll find other things hanging around, like merchants and things like that, and you can tax... Okay, hang on, we got a bunch of bandits over here. Okay, invaders. If we let that go to full, there will be problems. Okay, so we need to fight that. I can do that later. It's just a regular battle. because my guys aren't damaged. You can, of course, do battles and not get wounded, but of course, all of my mainstay troops are just rank 1. And to rank them up, look, if we go to one of these stables, hang on, I probably need to come down here to my rank 2 town. Where is it? Upgrading this just requires a lot of resources, and at the moment I've been more investing into my actual resources rather than military, because I just don't see that as being a good investment at this stage, because it takes so long to get that. And anyway, hang on, come on, get up here. Okay, experience accumulates, and in order to rank something up, you need 250 experience anyway. And as you can see, none of my soldiers really have that. I have been upgrading them with other things, so if you have a look at this, that guy's maxed out, so he does need 250 experience before he can use them again. Anything that's in yellow experience means they have got an upgrade available. So if we have a look at these Longbow Archers, I've essentially already upgraded everything that's of any use, like the ranged attack, but we can increase their melee attack and their defense. I don't know if this defense also includes armor. I somewhat doubt it. I think it's just melee defense, if I had to guess. See, also there's equipment over here. You can assign the equipment once it's been crafted, or of course just skip that and go straight to gold. Okay, I think that's about it for this, just going over things. So basically, yeah, I just basically click all this crap, and then I'd probably just quit the game and just come back on whenever I've got a few hours, and that's sort of how the game's supposed to be played. Like I said, this is not a Total War game, and if you think this is supposed to be like Total War, no, I don't know who anyone was kidding. Everyone knew that this was not going to be anything like Total War. So my review on it, or my thoughts are, as a Total War game, this is shit. It's not Total War. But if you judge it as a pay-to-win sort of game that you just pop on for a few minutes and then log out again, come back on in a few hours sort of thing, it's pretty decent, I think. I mean, there's still a few bugs to roll out, but this is probably a better launch than Rome 2. It's in a better state. Everything does seem to work quite well. The terraforming stuff's really good. I've been able to manipulate a lot of the stuff. It does cost resources, but that's okay. The resources aren't that hard to get. I mean, the food only takes like 20 minutes to harvest the wheat. And if you're doing other stuff, you come back and you just collect it, and then you just leave and then come back. It's no big deal. And as you can see, I've conquered 3 regions, and there's 3 more to... Actually, I've conquered 4. So there's 2 more to get. So I can actually expand this realm. I think you can have 6 castles in total. I think. But like I said, I haven't played the game long enough to really know. But anyway, that's the end of this review. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to keep playing this for a bit. I probably will get bored of it. I doubt I'm ever going to purchase this, because, quite frankly, I don't care enough about it to do that. And I don't really want to be competitive in this. I kind of just wanted to see how it is. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, fuckers.